Good morning or afternoon, depending on where you are. My name is Holly Irvin, and I'm the advisor of the 2022-2023 Nominating Committee. Unfortunately, due to a family emergency, Christopher Hudgens, chair of the Nominating Committee, is not able to join us today. We want to thank you for joining us for the 2023 Candidates Town Hall and Meet and Greet. During today's town hall, candidates will have an opportunity to present their speeches to the AORN membership. At the end of the speeches, candidates will be sent into breakout rooms where members can have an opportunity to ask questions of the candidates and learn more about them. This call is being recorded and all lines have been muted. The AORN Nominating Committee and AORN staff will be helping us monitor and respond to the Q&A tab. Please type any questions or comments into the Q&A tab. Now, I would like to introduce the members of this year's Nominating Committee. Christopher Hudgens, Chair, Andrea Dyer, Charlie Lynn, Daphne Penenza, Olivia Raymond, Lisa Wyatt, our staff liaison, and Linda Groh, AORN's CEO and Executive Director. Again, I am Holly Irvin, and I am the advisor to the Nominating Committee. Voting will open on March 4th, 2023, and end at midnight, April the 3rd, 2023. Please encourage members to vote. The election results will be announced at the 2023 AORN Global Surgical Conference and Expo in San Antonio during the second House of Delegates meeting and closing session on April the 4th, 2023. Candidates for the Nominating Committee will be presented by Olivia Raymond.
Thank you, Holly. Candidates for Nominating Committee will have 3 minutes to present their speech, and a bell will ring at 30 seconds as a reminder time is about to expire. At this time, I would like to introduce Deborah C. Callender. Deborah, you may begin.
Greetings, AORN leaders, members, and colleagues. My name is Deborah Callender. It's a great honor to be one of the candidates on the Nominating Committee member ballot for 2023 through 2024. I am an advocate for lifelong learning and passionate about perioperative nurses. AORN's vision, mission, values, excellence in practice, and safe surgery, lifelong learning are the foundation of our association. Through the AORN leadership, we are represented globally at many levels: legislative, local, state. As a perioperative nurse with years of experience in academia, I have mentored and continued to inspire many nurses and nurse residents to enter into perioperative practice. AORN is committed to principles of DEI, equity, diversity, equity, and inclusion, which could be very challenging, however, very rewarding, because together we can grow stronger. COVID-19 impacted our world and our practice. We were not prepared for the devastation we faced: lack of staffing, lack of supplies, increased mortality, to name a few. But there were many lessons learned. Benjamin Zander stated, "There is no such thing as bad weather, just inappropriate clothing. We must always be prepared. We need to be in an appropriate stance as an AORN association and perioperative nurses with inclusivity, because we can grow stronger together and we'll be more successful as a whole." Currently, I serve on the Continuing Education Approval Committee, and I am also the chapter of the Central Florida Chapter 1024 AORN. With those being on those two committees and serving my community and my peers, I have gained a lot of experience that have brought me in a position to be a representative and to represent my colleagues and their voice. As a candidate for the nominating committee ballot, I will uphold the visions, missions, values, and goals of our prestigious association. I am committed to represent my colleagues, my peer, and my association globally and at all levels if given the opportunity. I would love the opportunity to be a member of the nominating committee and represent us as a whole if given the opportunity. I ask for your vote and thank you so much for being committed to AORN and perioperative nursing. Thank you.
At this time, I will introduce Richard Doherty. Richard, you may begin.
Thank you for this opportunity. I am ready, willing, and able to serve you and AORN in our shared vision, advancing a diverse, skilled, and strong leadership of nurses to improving surgical care, safety, and quality. As a nominating committee member, I would encourage, support, and seek out a wide range of voices and ideas from all of our membership for leadership roles so that we at AORN can continue to have leadership candidates that represent our entire organization, keeping us at the forefront of our specialty. My strengths for the role of nominating committee have been developed and honed throughout my career. As a local chapter president, nominating committee member, and BOD, we have successfully escalated our members into leadership positions. As a clinical nurse and preceptor, supporting and encouraging coworkers to grow, educate, and develop themselves. In my role as a full-time professor of nursing, I structurally teach leadership and provide mentoring to hundreds of students and early career nurses to achieve their potential. As a nurse scientist, I'm focused on health policy because we all know that nurses can improve care as leaders from the boardroom as well as the bedside. And last but not least, in service to our nursing profession, I have been a member and chair of the New York Nurses on Boards Coalition since 2015. I've learned, implemented actions that will connect, advance, advocate, and elevate nurses to be able to take their seats at the table where decisions of policy practice are impacting wellness in all of our communities. I can and will continue to use these skills and my experiences as a member of our National Nominating Committee of AORN. And so I ask, why Nurse Richard? I believe we are stronger as an organization when our leadership mirrors our membership. My vision is continuing the excellent work from previous committees to improve diversity, especially that of clinical nurse representation. If elected, I'll work to advance all candidates, ensuring AORN members the strength and knowledge in candidates that will lead our organization, our nurses, and our communities into wellness. Thank you.
At this time, I will introduce Natalie B. Jones. Natalie, you may begin.
Thank you. And greetings, AORN members and friends. I am Mrs. Jones, Natalie Jones, and I am honored to be a candidate for the nominating committee. I begin by saying thank you to our perioperative nurses and our leaders for all that you do. Perioperative nursing is no easy task, yet you remain steadfast and committed to patients, our communities, and AORN. As we navigate the unprecedented changes in our profession, Exceptional leaders are essential for sustaining our association. I am a proven exceptional leader. As a healthcare professional for nearly 40 years, I've had the privilege of working as a staff nurse, perioperative director, administrator, and nurse recruiter. Most recently, I traveled to Doha, Qatar, as a consultant in perioperative services. I mentored and supported new leaders while facilitating the opening of a new hospital. I have effectively managed multiple perioperative departments and recruited qualified healthcare professionals with a significant degree of accomplishment, building a strong network of future AORN leaders. At the national level, I am a member of the awards committee, which evaluated over 50 submissions for individual and chapter awards. This experience provided me with the opportunity to review the contributions of our AORN members, giving me a decisive advantage in selecting remarkable candidates. I am vice president of my chapter and a member of the AORN Florida Council, where I actively support and engage in the responsibility and challenges of local and state AORN leaders. I have great communication, listening, and negotiation skills, and a passion for teamwork and collaboration. To continue in our journey of excellence, great leaders that strategically advance AORN's goals and objectives are vital to our success. Excellence is not just what we do, excellence is who we are. My professional experiences affirm my qualifications and give me confidence that I will make a tremendous difference and add value to the nominating committee. There are no limits to what we can achieve together. I humbly ask for your support, and when you cast your vote, remember, me and Mrs. Jones, Mrs. Jones, Mrs. Jones, Mrs. Jones. We have a thing going on. Thank you. Remember, Mrs. Jones.
At this time, I will introduce Leslie Petrozelli. Leslie, you may begin.
Greetings, fellow members of AORN who have so graciously taken the time to join us today to meet your candidates. It is my honor to be your candidate. The nominating committee has a huge responsibility to the membership to provide a slate of candidates for the national ballot. The right approach for the future of AORN that represents and reflects the membership is one that reaches out to members and creates excitement for the talent that reflects the membership and is present in the membership and brings it forward. I'm reminded of the perioperative nursing talent that is available within our membership and among us daily in my perioperative consulting role. I get so excited about the nurses that I meet and how smart they are and the questions they ask. I'm inspired by what they will and will not tolerate from their environment. The nurses that I meet are so strong and so courageous and patient safety focused. I remain so impressed by them. My strength for the role on the nominating committee lies in my experience of building and leading teams. I've been a perioperative leader for 29 years of my 34-year career. I've built and led some very strong teams in many different facilities and situations. What I provided was the opportunity and the support to individuals where I saw talent and the spark of leadership to do for patients and the perioperative environment. I saw the courage to respectfully question the why some processes work the way they do. I listened and was inspired by the new ideas and goals these nurses had for our department. And this was so exciting to me because I was ready to listen, provide guidance, and open the environment for these nurses to grow. We were never disappointed as a team. My other team building experience was in the military. I served as an Air Force flight medic and flight nurse for 30 years. When deployed, you are rarely with people from your home squadron on your crew. I would meet new people from all over the United States. And for the first time, there they were, we're on the same crew and we're meeting each other. I learned to assess talent and team build quickly as they did, and we accomplished some amazing patient care as a crew. I saw who had what strengths and talents, and we made our plan. The space was there for them to serve, and we each one stepped up in the name of the mission. We need to create that environment for our membership, a culture where there is space to grow and to serve in office and to be a future leader of AORN. I've had the opportunity to meet many AORN members over the last few months. Today, I'm here to ask for your vote and would love to hear from you. Please join me in my individual chat room. My name is Leslie Petrozelli, and I'm running for a position on the AORN Nominating Committee. Thank you.
At this time, I will introduce Kenneth Worley. Kenneth, you may begin.
Good morning, colleagues. It's an honor to be selected for the ballot for the nominating committee. I have been a perioperative nurse for 25 years, a member of AORN 18 years, and I've attended Expo 15 times, every time as a delegate. Rebuilding a chapter that almost disbanded was a task I undertook with other dedicated colleagues, and as a result, we built it into a chapter that was thriving and has attained chapter awards and membership growth. I've served at the state level in AORN's Arkansas Legislative Representative. Nationally, I've served on AORN's Expo Committee and the Leadership Specialty Assembly, currently serving as the Assembly Chair. I understand the importance of leadership roles of the nominating committee. A competent nominating committee should focus on building a board and nominating committees that have expertise and knowledge of AORN, come from diverse backgrounds, and bring different skill sets to the table. The nominating committee is responsible for selecting the best candidates to ensure there is a culture of integrity and ethical decision-making among the candidates and the selected candidates. A role of the nominating committee should be clarity of AORN's long-term strategy in order to make decisions based on the needs of our members and our organization. Our leaders must have qualities that make them effective and come from diverse backgrounds. Viewing our leaders through a diverse lens makes inclusion a definitive part of our culture. So what does that say when your nominating committee puts a diverse mixtures of individuals into leadership positions? Well, first, it lets our members know that AORN values inclusivity and different viewpoints. This applies to our leadership roles just as it does in our work setting. Diversity in leadership means diversity in thought and access to a different set of cultural and personal experiences. Diverse leadership will continue to ensure AORN does not get boxed into a single lane of thinking. Now more than ever, organizations are taking a hard look at their leadership. They should be highly proficient communicators, critical thinkers, adept at decision-making, problem-solving, and highly efficient when it comes to understanding its members and the organization. I have managed and mentored. I have precepted nurses to become leaders. I have been able to identify individuals who are poised to become leaders and assist in their leadership journey. Planting the spark in those who became great leaders is something I've done in my hospital and in my chapter. I understand our leaders must have knowledge of perioperative nursing, mission, and strategic plan. I have the desire, the work ethic, and the knowledge to encourage, select, and provide AORN with individuals who would be great leaders. My name is Kenneth Worley. I ask for your consideration and vote for the nominating committee. Thank you.
At this time, I will introduce Stella Yao. Stella, you may begin.
Thank you. Greetings, fellow AORN members. I'm honored to be considered for a position on the nominating committee, and I believe that my strengths and experience make me an excellent candidate. As a perioperative staff nurse with military experience, I have a unique perspective on leadership, teamwork, and the importance of adaptability. These skills, along with my deep understanding of the challenges and opportunities facing healthcare professionals in the perioperative setting, have prepared me to effectively advocate for positive change. In addition to my 10 years of perioperative experience, I have been actively involved in AORN at multiple levels. Whether it's through my leadership at the local chapter, mentoring other chapters, or work on national committees and conferences, my record of engagement with AORN is clear. One of my key strengths is my ability to connect with others using a variety of methods. I helped AORN of San Diego County bring hybrid meetings to our community before the pandemic made it necessary. I shared my knowledge of social media use with chapter officers throughout our global organization and was invited to be part of the communications and social media committee for the largest chapter. Whether it's through social media, in-person meetings, email, or virtual platforms, I have a knack for building relationships and fostering collaboration. I understand the importance of staying connected and engaged in today's fast-paced and increasingly digital world, and I am committed to using every tool at my disposal to do so. I have a strong track record of working effectively with diverse groups of people and thinking outside the box to engage our community of professionals. My team in San Diego and I have included volunteer events with San Diego Pride, I Love a Clean San Diego, and Feeding San Diego, and implemented a journal club to provide additional educational formats for our peers. This same format has now been adopted by the C&E Specialty Assembly and other chapters. My ability to connect with others, combined with my military experience and my participation in AORN, makes me the best choice for the 2023 Nominating Committee. I'm excited at the prospect of using my skills and experience to contribute to the important work of this organization and to identify the future leaders who will expand the impact we have on the perioperative field. If you'd like to learn more about me, I invite you to reach out to me to have a conversation via phone, email, or LinkedIn. I look forward to the opportunity to serve on the Nominating Committee and to help make a positive impact on AORN. Thank you for your vote.
Candidates for the Board of Directors will be presented by Holly Irvine.
Thank you, Olivia. Candidates for the Board of Directors will have 3 minutes to present their speeches. A bell will ring at 30 seconds as a reminder that time is about to expire. At this time, I would like to introduce you to Jerry Asuncion. Jerry, you may begin.
Change is not pleasant, but change is constant. Only when we change and grow, we'll see a world we never know. Wisdom of the Orange Woodpecker. Hello, being an internationally prepared nurse, I am honored to be in the ballot for Board of Directors and for the privilege to represent you. I am Jerry Asuncion, currently working as the Director of Clinical Education and Professional Practice and as the Magnet Program Director of Providence St. John's Health Center in Santa Monica, California. My 22 years of perioperative nursing experience has given me a solid foundation and understanding on the current needs of our perioperative nurses and other stakeholders, including our patients and their significant others. I am highly committed and motivated perioperative leader with clinical, educational, and managerial experience, providing safe and quality care among our nurses. My background includes perioperative endoscopy and peri-anesthesia nursing with special interest in healthcare quality, accreditation, and process improvement. With all humility, I am humbled to gain these experiences while working in the different countries in Asia, Middle East, and the States of America, giving me more opportunity in truly understanding the diversified needs of our patients and workforce as a future member of AORN Board of Directors. If given this entrusted opportunity, I want to serve you with my 3 points agenda. First, healthy workplace environment, a workforce that promotes and embraces the philosophy of diversity, equity, and inclusion. Gone are those days where we have majority and minority. We all should stand as one, complementing and helping each other to succeed and provide safe and quality perioperative nursing experience for our patients. We can do this. Let's break that wall. Competent and empowered perioperative workforce is my second agenda. Let us bring back the basic perioperative education back to the academia with partnership with our Board of Directors, a Board of Nursing, and schools. Develop a robust skills training and education session for members, and also develop core competency standards for our perioperative leaders and emerging leaders. Third would be the work-life balance. As a leader, we need to recognize this as one of the essential aspects for a healthy mental health. Don't wait until your staff are burned out. It is costly. Hear to the needs of your staff. Consider them when you develop policies and guidelines. As a change is an inevitable part of our life, I come here today with you to express my intention to be part of the significant changes that we can bring all together for AORN. I'm ready to embrace the changes that our upcoming president will bring, making sure that we do not only align with her vision, but to make sure that your voice is not only heard, but also brought into the table for discussion. As Martin Luther Jr. said, we cannot walk alone. We need each other to work hand in hand as a team to bring a huge amount of positives, encouragement, and support. Again, I'm Jerry Asuncion, a candidate for Board of Directors. Thank you.
Thank you, Jerry. At this time, I would like to introduce you to Lisa Bailey. Lisa, you may begin.
A quote by Oprah Winfrey speaks to my core belief. She said, "I come to believe that each of us has a personal calling as unique as a fingerprint, and that the best way to offer it to others is from service, working hard, and allowing the energy of the universe to lead you." 2 years ago, when I asked to serve on your board, I shared with you that I'm not just a nurse, but also a pilot. And to be a successful pilot requires a combination of skills that are not all mathematical and technical. One must have good judgment, self-confidence when in charge of flying an aircraft through the sky. Pilots and nurses have a lot in common. You must think creatively, remain calm under pressure, and accept great responsibilities. My experience as a nurse and a pilot have helped me develop a balance of leadership skills, discipline, critical thinking, and attention to detail while being compassionate and a caring person. I have the ability to consider the big picture while being future-oriented. And the future journey of AORN success is when we finally capitalize on the value of diversity. Diversity is multifaceted, and your elected leaders need to make it crystal clear that our differences are assets and that it is safe for all of us to share our voices. Whenever people listen to other openly, their shared values and aspirations become all more apparent. A leader listens, inquires, and challenges in order to get a broader picture and a viewpoint. That's how we gain an accurate understanding and make better informed decisions. I believe, if asked, my colleagues on the board will tell you I am a good listener and make thoughtful decisions. Listening is a powerful way to make a connection, to learn and gain clarity. I am a listener, but I also have a strong voice. My voice in the boardroom embraces purpose, passion, and presence. Giving voice to our members, local chapters, and amazing nurses AORN represents is a privilege and an honor. I ask for your vote to lead and represent your voice with courage and unwavering commitment.
Thank you, Lisa. At this time, I would like to introduce you to Jay Bowers. Jay, you can go ahead and start.
Colleagues, it's no secret, nursing is experiencing vast challenges. Nurses often manage competing needs and demands. As we move into the future, with the rapid changing healthcare landscape, there'll be even more demands on nurses. The shortage of nurses is a global issue discussed on a daily basis. Valuing nurses and paying them their worth asks a fundamental question. In an occupation facing dangerous shortages, why don't wages rise to attract new nurses and prevent current nurses from leaving? Nurses make up the backbone of the U.S. healthcare industry. As patient advocates and skilled care providers, the role of nurses has never been more important. Nursing can be described as both an art and a science, a heart and a mind. At its heart lies the fundamental respect for human dignity and patient needs. Nursing isn't just a job, it's a calling. We must have laser-sharp attention to detail and show an exceptional amount of compassion and empathy. We must unite to have a stronger voice on the local, state, and national level. Healthcare is dependent on different disciplines working together. We must produce leaders from the bedside to the boardroom who can serve as full partners with other healthcare professionals. Your board must be ready to take on tough issues and inspire collaboration. These qualities need to be in balance, and we need board members who can achieve both. I offer that balance. Our grassroots members must stay and remain at the center of the board's decisions and responsibilities. We only put our members first. We must listen. We must ask. what they need. If you've ever worked for a healthcare facility that doesn't listen to what their employees are saying, imagine how amazing it would be for a nursing organization that does. Ultimately, this would lead to transformative culture and increase the importance of diversity and inclusion. My passion for nursing stems from my love of making a difference in other people's lives. I am an experienced leader, having served 4 years on your board. It would be a great privilege to serve you on your board and support your nursing journey. I ask for your support and vote to serve you, the members.
Thank you, Jay. At this time, I would like to introduce you to Laura Gayton. Laura, you may begin.
Holly, I'm having trouble getting off my video. There we go. Sorry about that. Perioperative nursing presents its own unique challenges. The past few years have been some of the most difficult times in nursing history, with unprecedented levels of change. The challenges of our organization are decreased membership and integrating the diverse generations to create one strong voice. Nurses providing one voice advocacy have an influence on impacting practice. We, as perioperative professionals, are those important stakeholders in this transformation. I recognize the need for greater advocacy for the perioperative profession and its members. AORN is our premier perioperative nursing organization. So how can we transform the care we give and demonstrate the value of our profession? Great leaders quickly process information, determine priorities, and make decisions. Leaders must break through the paralysis to keep the organization focusing on the business continuity of today, thereby increasing long-term successes and focusing on the issues that matter most. I am an advocate and committed to the membership. I intend to ask those difficult questions so we can participate in the type of transformational leadership that is needed today. I pride myself as someone who is transparent, encourages and supports staff, advocates for safe patient care, and communicates change and how it will affect others. As your elected board member, I will define priorities and navigate new and ever-changing concerns and communicate the most important ones. These might include patient safety, financial stability, and operational consistencies. Know what the issues are and ensure our board is fully aligned with them so adjustments can be made as events unfold. Be empowered to make decisions that impact our organization. Lead with compassion and empathy and a focus on safety and health of nurses. Share successes, send and amplify positive messages, recognize and reward acts of kindness, and remove barriers. As your representative on the board of directors, I will work with you to develop and assess innovative opportunities and collaboratively promote processes that involve perioperative nurses as part of the decision. Every day, we must move closer to the common ground we share of excellence in care. My strengths are productive and collaborative working relationships, thorough accessibility, communication, and a persevering character to strengthen. I would be honored to serve you. We have no limits to what we can do together to ensure the future success of AORN. I am Laura Gayton, and I ask for your vote for board of directors. Thank you.
Thank you, Laura. At this time, I would like to introduce you to Jeffrey Keene. Jeffrey, please go ahead.
Thank you, Holly. Greetings, fellow AORN members. I'm Jeffrey Keene, candidate for AORN Board of Directors. The nominating committee has presented the membership with a strong slate of candidates who are committed to the success of AORN, and I am honored to be one of those candidates. My role as the Innovation and Technology Resource at Beth Israel Deaconess Medical Center affords me the opportunity not only to be a perioperative leader, but to continue to work at the bedside. This allows me to continue to advance my knowledge as well as understand the needs of the nurses practicing at the bedside. I realize the impact AORN has on our profession and the continued vision of protecting patient safety. My work with AORN started at the chapter level, and I have grown within that chapter now to become the president of Massachusetts Chapter 1. It's imperative that we continue to support the local chapters and encourage members to be engaged within their chapters. We must support these chapters so that they can support the members so they can maintain their membership within AORN. One of my strongest attributes is an effective communicator. I am able to listen to my colleagues, remove the passion, and have productive conversations with leadership and staff to effect positive change. This will allow me to collaborate with board members and provide the necessary resources to keep our association viable. As a member of the board, I will use my past knowledge to continue to build upon the strengths of our association. We need to engage the intellectual capital and diversity of our nurses to develop future generations of perioperative nurses. I want the frontline nurses to understand they will have a voice at the board. I believe if we can bring the expertise and diversity of our nurses who have been in practice for many years with members who are digitally native, we can be innovative as perioperative nurses. We need to ensure AORN remains physically sound with the ever-changing healthcare environment. This can be achieved by strengthening relationships with our industry partners, as well as supporting feeder enterprises to provide exceptional educational opportunities for perioperative staff. AORN is a well-respected organization which many groups look to for guidance and support of safe patient care. As a board member, I pledge to work tirelessly to support the mission of AORN in the boardroom each time we meet. I look forward to the opportunity to serve the members of AORN on the board of directors, and I ask for your vote. Jeffrey Keene. Thank you.
Thank you, Jeffrey. At this time, I would like to introduce you to Kathleen Law. Kathleen, you may begin.
Thank you, and hello. My name is Kathleen Law, and as Holly said, I am a candidate for the board of directors. I am honored to have been nominated for this position. I have been a professional nurse for greater than 40 years, with the majority focused in perioperative nursing. I started out as a staff nurse in a program in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, which offered a graduate nurse internship with the opportunity to expand to peri-op. Once I landed in the operating room at a small community hospital, I knew I'd found what would turn out to be my career path. I took a break from the perioperative world on a few occasions, seeking opportunities to work in critical care, pharmaceutical sales, and nurse recruitment, but I always returned to the OR. I've worked in community hospitals, large academic medical centers, level 1 and 2 trauma centers, and ambulatory and pediatric centers as well. I can relate to the many roles of the perioperative nurse, as over the years, I've been a staff nurse, a charge nurse, a nurse manager, director, VP of nursing, chief nurse executive for a recruiting firm, and a professional sales representative for a major pharmaceutical company. These varied experiences have helped me to become the nursing professional that I am and will be of benefit to me as a member of the AORN Board of Directors. Additional details on my background, experience, and qualifications may be found in the January issue of the AORN Journal. When I worked in Pittsburgh, I knew little about AORN, as there were few, if any, of my colleagues who belonged or participated in our professional organization. It wasn't until I relocated from Pittsburgh to central Pennsylvania and joined Chapter 3908 that I became involved in AORN. A colleague invited me to attend a local chapter meeting. Several years later, my director invited me to attend the annual Congress, as it was called, and I attended in New Orleans. I credit both of these individuals for their mentorship and encouragement in my becoming an active member in AORN. This is a part of member engagement and has been identified as a critical focus for us as members and candidates for office. AORN members are connected to each other, and we need to share our success stories related to member engagement in an effort to grow our membership. Wouldn't it be fantastic if each of us inspired a new or existing peri-op nurse to become actively involved in our professional organization and become part of their journey? My vision for AORN is to inspire others to become actively involved in our organization, to be the advocate for safe patient care, and to encourage our teams in innovation and research so we may become the professional organization that sets the standards which others strive to achieve. Thank you.
Thank you, Kathleen. At this time, I would like to introduce you to Tracy Penaloza. Tracy, you may begin.
Hi, I'm Tracy Penaloza, and I'm honored to stand before you today as a candidate for the AORN Board of Directors. As a dedicated OR nurse and proud AORN member, I'm committed to ensuring that our patients receive the highest quality of care. As a member of the board, I will bring a strong commitment to our patients to provide safe quality surgical care. AORN is seen as a preeminent source of perioperative nursing best practice and has been a trusted resource for generations of perioperative nurses. I understand that our role in the operating room is to be our patient's voice for quality and safety when they are at their most vulnerable. I will strive to ensure that the delivery of safe patient care is at the forefront of every decision made by the board. One of the most important things we can do as nurses is to inspire and mentor the next generation of perioperative nurses and nurse leaders. Personally, and many of you are out there, I have met many nurses, techs, teachers, and mentors to thank for inspiring me and encouraging me to be where I am today. Following their example, I believe that it is our responsibility to pass on this knowledge, skills, the expertise to the nurses who will be caring for our patients in the future. As a member of the board, I will seek to support opportunities for mentorship and professional development for nurses at all levels. Whether it is through providing access to continuing education, training, or encouraging nurses to take on leadership roles, I will seek to innovate and find ways to empower our nurses. I believe this will not only strengthen our profession, but will also ensure that our patients continue to receive the highest quality of care. In my professional experience, I have had rewarding opportunities to collaborate with bedside nurses, educators, finance departments, executive leadership, local educational institutions, and the Baltimore Alliance for Careers in Healthcare to develop programs that expose high school students to the operating room environment and encourage them to pursue careers in the field. Through this, I have had an active role in the design and implementation of creative apprenticeship programs, scholarship programs at multiple healthcare institutions. I look forward to bringing these skills and insights to the board. It is through the generosity of our members and our donors that we are able to support this mission. Because of this, I believe in the importance of responsible stewardship of these precious resources. As a member of the board, I will ensure that our organization is using its resources in the most efficient and responsible way possible. I will endeavor to direct these resources to where they will be most effective in furthering our mission. In conclusion, I believe that I would be an asset to the AORN Board of Directors. I would be honored to serve in this role. I am committed to excellent patient care, connections to our community, and the stewardship of our resources. I hope to earn your support and your vote. Thank you.
Thank you, Tracy. I would now like to introduce you to David Reinhardt. David, you may begin.
Colleagues, in my many years of perioperative profession, I've had the opportunity to grow as a nurse and a leader. Regardless of the position I've held, I've worked diligently to ensure the teams I've worked with are taken care of. As a leader, I've ensured that they are given regular breaks and relief, scrubbing and giving direct patient care when needed. This clinical time has allowed me to be on the forefront and experience what you are facing: bullying, staffing shortages, supply chain back orders, and a smoke-filled environment. Feeling burnout and undervalued as a nurse can happen easily in today's healthcare arena, and many nurses are yearning for a way to stand up for themselves and their patients. As healthcare workers, we must build our resilient muscle, not to tolerate unacceptable situations, but to restore our ability to choose. Within the last 2 decades, holistic care of patients has become increasingly important to nurses. As an educator, I've ensured that orientation, in-services, and competencies are done in a timely manner, evidence-based, and on topics that are current, relevant, and essential to staff. I take great pride that I am teaching and mentoring not only the current, but next generation of nurses, which will lead the way to the future of patient care. Your board of directors is responsible for strategic vision and financial sustainability for our association. As an administrator, I have experience in the boardroom with operational and capital budgets. My OR and administrative experience allows me to clinically and operationally represent you as a board of director. If elected, I will eagerly work for you as I have for the teams that I have had the honor to work with. Steve Maryboli said, life doesn't get easier or more forgiving. We get stronger and more resilient. I know what you're experiencing. I demonstrate clinical strength and financial insight when it comes to representing you. My name is David Reinhardt, candidate for the board of directors, and I would appreciate your vote. Thank you.
Thank you, David. Candidates for the office of treasurer will be presented by Charlie Lynn.
Thank you, Holly. Candidates for treasurer will have 3 minutes to present their speeches. A bell will ring at 30 seconds as a reminder that time is about to expire. At this time, I would like to introduce Heidi Nanavati. Heidi, you may begin.
Greetings, colleagues and members. As we all know, 3 years ago, our world changed forever. The pandemic created a shift in healthcare, both clinically and financially. We lost workers to burnout, early retirement, and COVID. Global supply chain issues affected the healthcare industry greatly. But with every crisis, there is also an opportunity for positive change and growth. Our nursing community responded to these challenges with moral courage, compassion, and an ability to think on their feet, adapting to each new situation as they arose. The past 2 years, I have had the honor of serving on your board of directors. Through these tumultuous times, it has forced us to think about the bigger picture, the membership, the organization, and the future of AORN. Serving a multi-million-dollar organization affecting over 40,000 people, we need to be versatile. We'll have to make complex and challenging decisions to lead our organization in the years to come. This will require courage and forward thinking. I have had the privilege of participating in challenging conversations in the boardroom and helped make complex decisions that best support the membership and the organization. Where to allocate monies to best suit our members, a new website, a new communication tool, cybersecurity, ways to increase membership and engage existing members, just to name a few. For the past 20 years, I have served AORN on the local and national level in several capacities. As a committee member and committee chair at the chapter level, a chapter board member, as well as a 2-year term as president of a large chapter, AORN of Baltimore. At the national level, I have had the pleasure of serving as chair of task forces, as well as the RNFA Specialty Assembly. I am honored to have served as a member and then chair of AORN's Nominating Committee, and now as one of your board of directors. Serving at the grassroots level has kept me in touch with you, the members. I have seen the many issues that affect the organization and membership from the ground up. I bring a real-world perspective of business acumen to the boardroom. Working in a private orthopedic practice, both as a nurse practitioner and COO, I help make financial decisions that will best suit our practice, our employees, and our patients' needs. Having the ability to understand the financials of our practice and make the appropriate allocations transfers into my ability to see the bigger picture of AORN and better serve our organization as treasurer. I have the knowledge, and background to be fiscally responsible to the organization, as well as the membership. Along with the business acumen, I have the communication skills to work with our finance team and bring those tough decisions to be made to the boardroom. I welcome the task of understanding the financials of the organization and presenting the necessary information for decisions to be made. If elected to serve as your treasurer, I look forward to working and serving you, the members. Thank you.
Thank you, Heidi. Unfortunately, Karen White Edwards is not able to join us today. Instead, we will now play Karen's speech that was previously recorded with the AORN staff and Christopher Hudgens. Here is Karen White Edwards. Please play her recorded speech.
Hello, thank you for allowing me to have this opportunity to speak to you and convey why I want to serve as treasurer for AORN. But first, I do apologize for not being able to record on the regular scheduled date. I had a previous commitment, and my word is my bond. And that's what I will bring to the treasurer office: integrity and commitment. I'd like to also say thank you for allowing me to represent you for the last 2 years on the board of directors. It allowed me to communicate, connect, and collaborate with a highly effective board where we discuss matters to influence the direction of our association and membership. It also allowed me to become a member of the Finance and Audit Committee, where we strategically planned and made financial decisions, hopefully to sustain our organization for another 70 years. Some of those decisions were very sensitive, but yet timely, like selling our building. It no longer had the same type of value as it did when we first purchased it, but the decision to sell it was so timely before the markets became volatile. We had a gain of $5.2 million profit, not loss. That decision was made, and we, the board, as well as finance committee, thought we made the right decision, and we did. Members, we heard you loud and clear at Expo, concerned about membership engagement and the lack of chapters with members attending as delegates. We heard you. We took your voice to the board, and the finance committee made a decision, and the board approved it, to give a $250,000 rebate to chapters. That's your voice being heard in the boardroom. Now, I would like to continue to represent you, but this time in a different capacity as your treasurer. No, I will not be doing the balancing and revenue statement sheets. We have a department, a finance department that's well capable, led by our very own CFO, James Cousins. But I will use my MBA in healthcare management to be able to better understand it and be able to speak to our finance. I ask for your support, but most importantly, I'm asking for your vote, that you will elect me to be the next treasurer for AORN. We are financially strong, financially stable, and financially strong. I am Karen White Edwards, and I approve this message. Thank you. Hello.
Thank you so much. Candidates for President-elect will now be presented by Andrea Dyer.
Thank you, Charlie. Candidates for President-elect will have 5 minutes to present their speech. Bell will ring at 30 seconds as a reminder time is about to expire. At this time, I will introduce
Hold on just 1 second, please, Nikisha. Andrea, I think you accidentally got muted because there was another member that was off of mute, and I think we were all trying to mute that person, and you accidentally got muted. So can you start your introduction again?
Absolutely.
And then be ready for Nikisha?
Absolutely. Thank you, Charlie. Candidates for President-elect will have 5 minutes to present their speech. A bell will ring at 30 seconds. As a reminder, time is about to expire. At this time, I will introduce Nikisha M. Archer. Nikisha, you may begin.
Greetings, colleagues. A past president I admire and respect advised me to share with you what I stand for and my strategy to be the best president-elect and president I can be. I've thought about this often, so today I share more about myself and my vision for our association. I have served you tirelessly in the last 4 years on the board initially and currently as your treasurer, all while thriving through some of the most uncertain times. Oh my, what a tough time to be a treasurer. I'm proud to say that we are in the best financial position to sustain our organization in the future. This valuable experience speaks for itself. What you need to know, though, is what further sets me apart. Foremost, I will continue to put you, our members, and their needs first. I'm fully committed to you. Recognizing grassroots issues and taking action offers hope for the nursing profession to become an even more vital force. Increasing nurse involvement in healthcare policy and practice issues is a nurse's means to achieving united strength and momentum. Member involvement in the governance of our association is equally essential. The goal of AORN's governance should be to drive decisions that impact your practice in partnership with you, your elected leaders, and AORN headquarters. Your voice must be heard and represented. No one is more qualified to shape and influence the perioperative profession. I will focus on increasing collaboration, diversity, inclusivity, belonging, and opportunities to advance excellence in the care of our patients. My vision for our association is progressive and comprehensive. As your president, I will be committed to advocating for what matters the most. AORN will be the place you turn when you need support to fight for what's best for nurses and patients when no one else is listening. I'm devoted to exploring the chapter model to increase engagement, capitalizing on member partnerships, supporting chapter efficiency, and working smarter, not harder. Building our pipeline of perioperative nurse leaders is imperative. We have proven this concept with our fantastic Chamberlain Nursing School partnership. This is only the beginning. Expansion of this strategy will change the course of our nurse succession planning across the country. This partnership will show the world of nursing what it means to be behind the red line and why they want to shine for a chance to be there. I will ensure that AORN's Center of Nurse Leadership supports member growth and development, allowing our members to be their very best, regardless of hospitals, academia, or other organizational financial cuts and shortfalls. Other priorities for me include the following: advocating for wellness, a healthy work environment while eradicating incivility, bullying, and violence in healthcare. Building partnerships to ensure perioperative guidelines are widely implemented and respected in procedural areas such as L&D, radiology, and cath lab, to name a few. Prioritizing guidelines and toolkits in groundbreaking topics is critical. An example of this is ensuring health equity and how we get there. Building a strong community presence across the globe, treasuring our retired nurses through programs and mentorship, and lastly, driving home that we are stronger together. In July 2020, AORN boldly took our pledge to strengthen DEI. As a nursing organization, ethically, we are to have respect for the inherent dignity, worth, unique attributes, and human rights of all individuals. In 1976, Barbara Edwards was AORN's only African-American president in 74 years. And before me, the only African-American treasurer the year I was born. Barbara served the association in volunteer service for many years before and after her presidency. Beyond nursing, she spent her life inspiring others to be as brave, bold, and giving as she was. Likewise, she has inspired me to be fearless and courageous. In today's evolving environment of healthcare, audacious, daring, thoughtful, and creative leadership is required. I offer the capacity to think differently and take action beyond boundaries, limiting our potential. Your president must have the ability to respond to opportunities to lead our organization through transition, quality improvement, and tackle unexpected matters with confidence. AORN's strategic planning process is about looking forward with a firm foundation, and with me as president, an incredible board, and engaged members, we will continue on a path to a new realm for our organization. AORN must have a leader who is an innovative visionary that can take us to the next level, challenging the status quo. That president is me, Nikisha Archer, and I ask for your vote. Thank you.
At this time, I will introduce Christy P. Simmons. Christy, you may begin.
Greetings, AORN members. As a brand new perioperative nurse, one of my favorite aha moments was when I walked into my very first AORN meeting. The perioperative leaders present, their experience, and the networking opportunities. This meeting for me as a new nurse was priceless. I was so excited. I had found my people. Their mentorship mattered to me and helped shape my career. This is the excitement we need to share as we recruit new members into our organization. Like many other organizations, we are at a crossroads of change, and we need leaders with a comprehensive understanding of leadership. The role of president-elect is critical for AORN. The president, along with the board of directors, guides the directions of our association. Our leaders must pivot quickly to address changes in these unexpected times. I'm not afraid to go where we have never been before to meet the needs of our members. The depth and breadth of my experiences have prepared me to seamlessly assume the role of president. What matters to me as president of AORN is to lead a valued organization for all perioperative nurses, from staff nurse to nurse leaders. My focus will be to renew our passion, embrace innovative ideas, and sustain our business. As an active participant in both the boardroom and the operating room, I have gained valuable insight into our organization's culture and its operations. My tenure on the board of directors paralleled with the global pandemic. We made rapid decisions on unprecedented events. We learned to adapt, shift, flex, and reboot the way we did business. We emerged stronger. Our leadership mattered. I will continue to be the voice of perioperative nurses and our membership. This includes advocating for our profession through monitoring and promoting legislation to promote safe work environments. I will speak out on issues that impact our members and our patients, and I will educate others on the value of perioperative nurses. Our voices matter. Our local chapters are the building blocks of our national organization, and we need to support them while increasing member engagement. I have mentored AORN chapters all over the United States promoting membership. Our members matter. Our members are close to my heart and most vital to our organization. Now more than ever, it's critical for AORN to sustain and grow our membership. It is essential to find ways to engage all perioperative nurses working in the perioperative setting, along with those working in non-traditional centers of practice. We need to create new membership platforms to meet the diverse needs of our new tenured and retired nurses. We need to have a presence in every OR in every city because our presence matters. AORN will stay committed to our initiatives for diversity, equity, and inclusion. Each generation contributes its own diversity, innovation, wisdom, and passion toward our mission. Diversity matters and makes us stronger. I will commit to innovative ways to embrace involving perioperative practice. AORN is the premier provider of perioperative education, guidelines, and toolkits. Perioperative nursing education needs to be an essential part of every nursing curriculum. As healthcare providers, we are going through some extraordinary times. AORN was on target with the COVID playbook when OR nurses across the globe were scrambling to care for these COVID patients. For the first time, many hospitals across the country are hiring new grads in the perioperative setting. AORN is on target again by offering Periop 101 courses. This promotes the value of AORN to our novice nurses as they begin their careers. Our future nurses matter. AORN is in the position to have a groundbreaking effect on surgery around the globe. As your president, I'll be committed to helping our members solve these challenges, these opportunities as they arise with honest and open dialogue. Communication matters. We need to continue to invest in technology and digital innovations to give our members instant networking capabilities, education, and updated clinical practices. It is essential to never forget the business of our association. As your president, I am committed to merging the needs of our members with the business dealings of our association. We must identify and maintain revenue-generating partnerships to support a thriving, well-rounded financial organization. My years with AORN have formed my perspective toward decision-making that serves both the individual members and the organization as a whole. AORN as a business matters. When you cast your vote, please ask yourself what matters in your next president. Do they have the heart of service and the experience to make a difference? Will they lead in a way that honors and benefits our profession and you, the individual member? Your membership matters. As a leader in AORN, I'm not afraid to ask the tough questions. As your president, I will be your advocate in the boardroom because your vote matters. My heart and energy will always be with our frontline members. I will honestly seek your ideas, actively listen to your concerns, passionately advocate for our future. I am your voice. I believe in our organization and our members. I am so excited to lead us in the future. I am Christy Simmons, and as your next president, my promise to you is that I will face whatever the future brings with energy and enthusiasm, and I ask for your vote. Your vote matters. Thank you.
Thank you all for these incredible speeches. At this time, I will turn things back over to Holly.
Hang on. There it goes. Okay. Thank you, Andrea. We hope that you enjoyed hearing from each of our candidates and learning a little bit more about their goals. Voting will open on March the 4th, and it is the responsibility of each of you to vote. We hope you all will join us at the AORN Global Surgical Conference and Expo from April the 1st through the 4th, 2023 in San Antonio. During this conference, not only will you hear great education, but you will also have other opportunities to talk to each of these candidates. Candidates, thank you for presenting your speeches to us. In a few moments, each candidate will be sent to their own breakout room. Members will be able to go to each breakout room and meet the candidates for each office. At this time, feel free to ask the candidate a question related to their work for AORN. We ask that the members visit as many rooms as possible because this will allow you the opportunity to get to know each candidate. We will go over some ground rules within the rooms and give instructions as to how members can navigate to the different breakout rooms. AORN staff will be able to assist with any technical questions members or candidates may have. Now, here are the ground rules. Please be respectful to the candidates and remain silent while they are talking. Raise your hand if you would like to be recognized and ask a question. Members are not required to ask a question while in the breakout room. They can just be there and listen to their responses. If multiple members are in a room, please allow all members to ask a question before you ask a second question. If a member of the nominating committee comes into the room where we are only there to answer technical questions, keep questions related to perioperative and healthcare issues, AORN strategies, regulatory compliance, and government legislation. To get to a breakout room, click on the breakout rooms in the menu at the bottom of your Zoom window. Select the candidate you want to visit by clicking Join. If you want to switch rooms and visit with a different candidate, click on the breakout rooms in the menu at the bottom of your Zoom window and select your destination in the breakout room list by clicking Join. Click on the blue Leave Room button in the lower right-hand corner of your Zoom window and then select Leave Breakout Room. The nominating committee would like to thank everyone for joining us today. The virtual meet and greet will end around 12 p.m. Mountain Time, which is in about 52 minutes. You may now select a candidate for the virtual meet and greet and switch to someone else when you are ready.